Welcome to REIN, the Real Estate Investor Growth Network with your hostess, Jen Josie. Join like-minded real estate investors and accelerate your business towards greatness. You will hear step-by-step strategies for success, interviews with real estate rock stars, and we will dig deep into past projects where we bear it all, including the good, the bad, and some just plain ugly. So get excited. Here's the bestower of badassery herself, the real Jen Josie. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi, and welcome back. I'm Jen Josie, creator of REIN, the Real Estate Investor Growth Network. Whoop, whoop. On today's episode, we have a guest that will be sharing their badassery. But before we begin, here's today's badassery bestowment, my little badass gift to you. Today's topic is, don't be afraid of the word no. Surprisingly, this is the main reason so many investors take months, if not years, to get their first deal. They pay a shit ton of money on their education, use the proven systems to run numbers, and never present an offer, for they think their number is too low and might be offensive to the seller. Now, many times that number will be offensive to the seller, but you can't let this stop you. You never know what's going on with them and how motivated they may be. Maybe it's a home where the couple is going through a divorce and they need to dump it fast. Maybe it's a family that is struggling with medical bills and you are saving them from foreclosure. Maybe it's a property inherited by a distant cousin 3 states away and they'll take anything that's offered. Maybe they're empty nesters and they can't afford costly repairs before moving into their retirement villa on hole number 7 in their golf course community. So, next time you are running numbers and they look low, just remember, the answer will always be no until you ask. Now, on to today's episode of the Real Estate Investor Growth Network podcast. We have with us Yesenia Vasquez-Rosa. How did I do?
Awesome. I love it.
She is an entrepreneur at heart. Yesenia is CEO of Blue Coastal Homes and YESpreneur. She is an author, an NLP timeline therapy hypnosis master practitioner, real estate investing coach, and a passionate real estate investor. Yesenia brings over 15 years of leadership, business, and real estate experience, from leading 140 high-performing teams worldwide for Hewlett-Packard Software to rehabbing condos and single-family homes since 2004. She has even done new construction development on the islands of Hawaii and now in Tennessee. Yesenia's coaching business, YESpreneur, has been transforming lives since COVID. Her 12-week program, Your Path to Prosperty, uses 3 pillars of neuroscience to help mission-driven entrepreneurs develop mind mastery and scale their business. Clearly, she is a total badass, so let's dive in. Welcome to the show, Yesenia. I'm going for the Hispanic pronunciation of Yesenia. So you can call me Yenifa. How about that? Because aren't J's pronounced like Y's? Henifa. That's it. Just kidding. Well, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. And by the way, I know you were in the Air Force, so I do want to thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you.
And how did you get involved in real estate? I'm like such a fan of yours, and I have hung out with you just a couple times, but I have a lot of respect for you. So tell us how you got involved in real estate.
Yes. Well, thank you for having me. You're a badass.
You're a badass.
We're going to have so much fun doing this. So thank you so much. I started real estate when I was in the Air Force.
Really?
I was actually in the Air Force. It was kind of like my side hustle. It was my side hustle, real estate. And I was young and in the Air Force, and I thought I could do anything and everything. So I did it. I just did small condos, 1 bedroom, or 2 bedroom small condos in Hawaii.
I love condos and townhomes.
Yeah, they're easy. They're like quick.
I can flip them in 5 days. I've actually done a presentation called the 5-day flip, and it was when I flipped a townhome. So I'm a big fan. Do you have a certain buy box when you buy condos or townhomes?
So I love 2s. I love 1s. It's just quick and easy. Get in, get out. Like you did a 5-day flip, right? I've done, I think the 1 bedroom was more like 15 days. So you're doing, I don't know. Do you do 3 bedrooms?
So, I've done 3 bedrooms.
That was in Hawaii. I don't see many 1s like for sale here.
As far as buy box, what I meant, like what year was built. So I like them built between 85 and like 99, because typically they've already had one cycle of having to buy a new HVAC unit. So maybe it's a little bit newer by the time I buy it. They had better cabinets in the 80s and early 90s. Well, 90s. So none of this garbage that we're buying these days. And, you go in and you paint, you do countertops, you do flooring, you're in and out, and that's it. So that's why I love them. Anyway, it's not about me. Why are we talking about me?
That's how I started.
Okay.
That's what I did. I painted, I put a little cute tile, cabinets, fixtures, appliances. That's it.
Right.
It was awesome.
Very cool. So you started doing that, and then you went into NLP. Explain what NLP is.
Neuro-linguistic programming.
Okay.
It's really just understanding how we, as an individual, how we think, how we process, and what our beliefs are.
And that's where I first met you.
Yes. Yes.
If you remember that.
I do remember.
I was a horrible student. But anyway, I had a great time. There's great people there. So I was so ready to be like, yes, I love all this. And it hurt my brain. It was too much at once. I was on overload. I couldn't handle it. But it is such a great tool for working with students, which is what I was hoping to do it. Working with clients, working with people selling houses. It just really helps you to connect and build rapport, and it gives you all these amazing tools. So you did NLP, and hold on. Sorry, I totally jumped into NLP, but Hewlett-Packard, I didn't know about this. You did software for them?
Yeah, I worked for Hewlett-Packard Software for a while. Yes, I did different projects for them. I'm actually a geek at heart. My degree's in information technology. So IT is my first love. So I did virtualization architecture stuff. I provided services for many different government agencies, right? After I got out of the Air Force. Having a top secret clearance helps in those type of environments.
Wow, that is so cool.
I leveraged it. And then and during all this, I was still doing real estate on the side. So
all those people listening out there thinking, I want to get involved in real estate, I just don't have the time. You're doing how many jobs and all this stuff going on, and that was your side hustle. So no excuses, listeners. All right, so I really want to dive into YESpreneur though. And I want to hear about this 12-week program, Your Path to Prosperity. Tell me everything. How did you create this another side hustle? It isn't even a side hustle. What would this be for you?
This is for me is more of like my spiritual purpose.
Good.
My dear love purpose, right? And that is to help people out there that have, specifically for your path to prosperity, right? It's all about the mindset. Everything is how we think, what we think creates what we speak, believe, eat, breathe, you name it. Right. And if we are not careful, that leads us into making decisions or making transactions that keep us from our prosperity. Prosperity and abundance, from my view, is everywhere. Look at you. Look at this beautiful, gorgeous studio that you have. Mm-hmm. It's gorgeous. It's got, and it actually has all the abundance colors. I don't know if you knew that.
I can change the colors too. So it's a purpley kind of light now. So that's for abundance?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, very good. So, I can put on anything. So I was feeling abundant today.
So abundant mindset, right? Abundance speaking, abundance, you as a speaker, as a, coach and everything that you do, even in all of your businesses, right? The thoughts that we have are correlated and connected to abundance. Why? Because they either have us at a high state or a low state, right? So connecting that to money, right? Which is what we need of every day to survive.
Right.
Really depends on our mindset and how the relationship that we have with it. So that's what your path to prosperity, deep diving into the neurological thoughts that we have.
So I am knee deep in Ed Mylett's book, The Power of One More. And I was listening to one of his podcasts while driving to Virginia the other day to check on a property. And in there, they talk about the vibration of everything. So are you into that at all? Like the vibration of money and getting in control of it? And then he also was talking about the story that we tell ourselves. So is that part of what you're talking about as well? Like how can people change that story? How can they increase the vibration? Is that part of your 3 pillars for this? Like what all does it go into for the 12 weeks?
Yes. What did you say the book was? The Power of One More?
The Power of One More, Ed Mylett.
I need to get that one.
Yeah, there's a chapter on emotions, and I was like, oh, did he write this for me? I'm like, oh my goodness, is he in my house somewhere? He's just like speaking to me, and I was like, ouch, that hurt just a little bit. So, but anyway, go into, let's hear more about the 3 pillars and stuff of that sort.
Yeah. So it is all about energy, right? And vibration, right? Your vibration,
yes.
Like your vibration is so strong and powerful. Mine is too. And it either vibrates together or it doesn't. Mm-hmm. Right? So the vibration of our prosperity has a lot to do with our experiences, right? And the 3 pillars really is the one that we touch the most, and the number one is mindset, right? Why mindset? Because that's where, our subconscious mental process is, right? For our personal success, for relationships, for everything, right? That's where we have to develop our subconscious, right? And that is our thoughts. So once we do that, we work on that, we get more clear, which is number 2, clarity, right? Being clear and uncovering, well, what is the business that I want to do? What is the business that I want to say yes to? What are the things that I want to say yes to for me? So that these dreams that I have in my mind, that they come alive, that they become reality, and that you're happy and fulfilled. That's what we're here to live for. That's why we have life, right? The next pillar is vision. Visualization, like putting the mind, knowing what your mind is thinking, having full clarity on that, and adding your vision, designing your vision of your business and your prosperity and your relationships, right? So putting it all together and visualizing it, right? If that's one of the things that we really do in the boardroom, and I teach the technique of really getting deep into our, a lot of people talk about masterminds, okay? I love everybody out there that does masterminds, and I go to them and all that,
Okay,
but
careful.
they're doing it wrong.
I run a mastermind, so be careful.
I love you, and you know I do. And I need to teach you this technique then. Next time we meet, I will teach you this technique so you can actually implement it in your mastermind, because this is the key. What I was going to say is that all the masterminds except one that I've been to actually has this technique, and it works. And we do it together. Why? Because of the vibration and the energy coming out of all the driven people in there in that mastermind that you actually are trusting to be around. And we pour all that vibration towards together. It's a beautiful technique. I think you're going to love it. So,
okay. Are you going to tell me about the technique?
It's a secret technique. It's like a recipe to the boardroom. So, I would highly recommend, like, somehow we get together and maybe you come to a boardroom one day and you get to practice with us.
Okay.
Right?
So what do you, let's start with mindset though, because it could be considered me throwing my husband under the bus. I'm not trying to throw him under the bus at all, but I have been working really hard on my mindset, on me. I take time in the morning. I do meditation. I do visualization. I do my gratitude in the morning. I post a meme every single day, well, every work day, of something that's going on in my life, because that's just part of my morning routine. And people are like, oh, you're so funny on Facebook, la, la, la. But really, it's just, it's all for me. And it's just part of that routine. So, but mindset, like I'll say to him, because throughout the day, I can see his mind just starting to get, just go all over the place. And sometimes he has a hard time putting his thoughts into work because he's just going so fast. And I'm like, if you just meditated, if you just took 10 minutes every day and just slowed it down, I mean, that's one thing, but and that's just working on your mind and getting probably more towards the clarity portion of it. But mindset, how do you help someone who is so stuck in what is comfortable for them and breaking out of that and really working on their mindset? What are some techniques that you use? And you better share some of your secrets already. Come on now.
That's a great question. What are some techniques to be able to use for someone that is you're trying to help them to get out of that stuckness of whatever it may be?
I would love for him to, I feel like this is why we do so well together, because I'm such a visionary. I'm like, here's the goal. This is what we got to do to get there. And he's just like, let's go, and he's my number one supporter. And I think that's why we make such a great team together. But there are times where I would like for him to have a little bit more incentive and for him to believe and change his mindset that he can achieve greatness, even on his own, without us, as a team. But because I think he's great. I just want him to believe it more, I guess. I don't know.
It's so here's an exercise you can do with him. I don't know the specifics, right? So you could ask, hey, what is that thought? That thought right there that you're having that I can't hear you say. What is it? That thought right there.
Okay.
That's like keeping you from not moving, from not taking action. What is it? So once you have that, you write that down. Let's say is, I don't know, my thought is
I'm not good enough for this, or I'm too old for this. Just a limiting belief of any sort. I'm not saying that's his, but just.
Okay. Right. I'm too old.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm too old. Okay. And then, so that's specifically to some type of goal, right? Whatever that goal is. I'm too old to play basketball.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say he did play basketball before, but now he feels like he's too old.
Okay.
Because his knees hurt. I don't know. Right?
That's a true statement.
I'm just making this up right now. So I'm too old. Okay. Well, then the next, so we're working through this. I'm like, well, sweetheart, you're not too old. You remember when, 2 weeks ago, we went on a hike and we went for 5 miles and you did great.
Right.
Remember that? Right? He's like, oh yeah, I did great. And it didn't hurt, and then, so what am I saying right now? Really specifying my bad. That's the one after this. So I'm too old. Well, what's the next thing you want to ask? Well, what's the thought that your new thought? What do you want your new thought to be? I'm a strong, however old he is, man.
Okay.
I'm a strong 38-year-old man. I'm a strong, I don't know how,
He turns 50 in like 2 weeks.
Okay. I'm a strong 50-year-old man and I feel energized and happy, or energized and filled with laughter, filled with joy, whatever, right? That new thought, whatever that new thought is, right? And then after that, then you talk about all of the things that show that he's that strong 50-year-old man, right? That you see and that he sees in himself. You gotta ask him, like, where are areas that you don't feel old in?
Right.
What are the areas that you feel strong in? What are the areas that and then that's how you get what is the word?
Reframing.
The reframing, the learnings, the experiences of, oh yeah, I just did that last week.
Right.
Well, shoot, I can do this.
Exactly.
Or, oh yeah, I just, you know what I mean? All of that, it actually starts a confidence buildup of whatever it may be. Right. So those are, a lot of people don't do this. A lot of people don't want to write down. They don't work on themselves. We work so much in other people. We work so much on businesses. We work so much on whatever the heck out there, right? At the gym or whatever. But when we really want to self-improve for whatever reason, these are techniques that we use and that we teach in the boardroom to actually, at any given point, because even I go through this.
Right.
Even sometimes I'm like, I don't know. Then you're probably like, what the heck are you talking about? Yes, you can, like blah, 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 blah. Right. So it's important to stop it, nip it in the butt when it's happening rather than allowing it to continue. Right. And that's where, when it's allowed to continue, that's where people that's where they stay stagnant. They don't take action.
Right. Yes. So. Agreed. So mindset is the first pillar. The second pillar is clarity. How do you help people get clear on their goals, on their future?
So have you ever heard of just really, what's your biggest goal right now?
My biggest real estate goal is to have 101 doors by the end of the year.
101 doors. What would this do for you?
It would bring us $20,000 a month in passive income.
how will $20,000 a month change your life?
It would make me very comfortable. That's my want number. I have a need number, which is obviously less than that, but that is the number that Vance and I have decided is going to be our enough to live on and then have lots of fun as well.
So comfortable, being very comfortable, you said.
And not having to, yes. And not having to, if I need something and buy it on Amazon, I don't need to check my account to make sure that I have enough in there. So that's what I mean by comfortable, just knowing it's covered. I don't have to worry about it.
So being comfortable to you means?
You're so NLPing me right now. Being comfortable is
clarity, my dear.
What's that?
This is how we get clarity.
There you go.
I'm
So
showing you clarity process, right? I'm showing you how we get clarity.
So being comfortable means not having to worry.
Worry. No worry. Be happy. Right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Worry, not worry. So you're not worried, you're comfortable, you're making $20,000 a month, 101 doors is gonna give you this. That's what you're going for. You're going for that main thing. What you really want, the 101 doors, is to live a worry-free life.
Correct.
To be, financially independent.
Yes.
So is that your main goal, financial independence, or is it 101 doors?
It's to be financially independent. Very good. All right. Thank you for that clarity. Where do I send the check? All right. Yeah. So wonderful, wonderful job. And I'm a tough cookie to crack open at times. So you did very well. The third, which is vision. I'm a big visionary. I do my vision board. Last year, so much of it came true, which was fantastic. And it's so funny to me how vision boards will also, like I can remember at the end of 2019, I wanted Vance to be able to quit his day job. So I had a picture on my vision board for 2020 of a couple working together in an office. Well, COVID hit. And yes, we were working in the same office, but it wasn't for the specified meaning of what I had that picture on there for. So going back to that energy and the vibrations and everything, I have to make sure I spell out now specifically on my vision board. So how do you help people to create their visions for the future?
Yes. It's a safe space in the boardroom when we go here, when we take the people in the room through this process, because it can.
Is it in person, by the way?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it's 12 weeks. How do they
Well, forgive me. At the end of the 12 weeks, we get together for 2 days.
Okay. Gotcha. So it's virtual up until then.
Yeah. In the beginning, we start 2 days together. Okay. And then 12 weeks pass by, which is at that point is all virtual. Then 2 more days at the end.
Okay. And where does that take place, by the way?
Chattanooga.
Ah, yeehaw.
Tennessee. Yeah. So, but I think this year we're going to be doing in different places.
Good.
More fun.
All right. So vision, how do you help them see their vision?
We go into very specific visualization exercises where they can feel it, see it, getting them to really all the senses, right? Through our in the visualization exercises, because there's different, we don't just do one, right?
Right.
getting them to feel, see, even smell, and see what's really in there. Oh, that's Chloe. My bad.
What? Who's that?
That's Chloe, my dog.
It sounded like a human.
I know. She sounds so. Hold on.
Chloe.
I'm here by myself. I apologize.
No worries. So you don't do just one exercise. There's obviously several. So
yes, we break them up like with who's actually there, right? Who's in the picture with you? Where are you? And really, I mean, from getting on an airplane to sitting, from the person sitting next to you to what they're wearing, to if you exchange words, from the flight attendant going down the aisle, what did you actually drink on the plane to get to where you're at? Things like that, like really, really visualizing and the whole entire story. But we do this through visualization without talking it out first, because it's your subconscious mind. Mm-hmm. You're putting it in there, right? Your story is flowing without words. You're creating it without words, which that's the key. Right now, say YESpreneur, but don't say it with your words. Say it now. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. Did you hear it?
I did.
See that, right? Creating your own story in visualization in your mind without words. And then when you do say it out loud, then you tell me your story and where you're at and how you're doing it and with who and what you're wearing and all that. And it's amazing how throughout the year, everything just manifests. Right. Everything comes together. It's a beautiful process. And in my book, it's funny because I wrote my book and then I realized, oh my gosh, this is what I coach on. I didn't even connect the dots. This is what I'm already coaching on. I was like, oh my goodness.
What's the name of your book?
YESpreneur.
Okay.
Yeah. And what was I saying?
You were already coaching on it when you wrote your book.
Yeah. When I looked at the title of the chapters on my book, I realized, my goodness, this has already been created.
Right.
I didn't, it just happened. It just manifested. And that got me even closer to me knowing that I need to visualize more and more and more, because that's when I think, again, it's a spiritual type of purpose, right? Which is what I've encountered with YESpreneur, and it coming together in such a beautiful, organic way. And it's not, it really wasn't a plan. It just kind of happened. 2020 happened, and I realized, this is probably I need to start helping people with their mind mastery now, and that's.
Well, I need you to start visualizing us hanging out a lot more often, because I always have a great time with you. So, and I am big on, meditation, and I do some daily affirmations, etc. So mine is, I am a powerful being and I manifest the life I desire. So that's the one I use all the time. And I am celebrated, because I like that one as well. But this has been great. How do people become part of this 12-week program for your coaching business? And it's not just for real estate investors. It's for anyone, any entrepreneur.
Yeah. Whether you're an entrepreneur now or you want to be, but you're not there yet. I have people that have started their businesses from scratch with me. I have people that have been in business for a long time that are, going from 6 figures to 7 figures, and that they know that they need a shift in their thinking and their mind mastery. And tax companies, physical therapies, bookkeepers, real estate investors, barbers. So it's all paths. It's not just one path.
All right. And we are putting the website in the show notes here, how to find, but what's the best way for people to find you?
Social media. I think social media is the best right now. You just reach out to me either at YESpreneur, our YESpreneur page, or just look me up on Facebook, Instagram. What else is there? Oh, I'm going to be starting a podcast soon.
Sweet. Yes. They are fun.
Yeah.
You heard me say a badassery bestowment. Do you have a badassery bestowment that you can share with the listeners? A little nugget?
Never stop dreaming. Dream big. When you go to sleep at night, allow yourself to think back, hey, did I do my dream today? And just keep doing it one day at a time.
Excellent, excellent badassery bestowment right there. So the second half of the podcast is what makes Yesenia a badass, which you are. So I use the acronym, and the first letter is B for book. What's a book that's made a huge difference in your life?
Only one book?
I know. This
Think
week.
and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich.
It's very thought-provoking.
Napoleon Hill.
Yes. Very thought-provoking. I like to say it's like almost like poetic in a sense. I love it. I love that. Outside of the Torah. So that's Think and Grow Rich.
Now the Torah, is that Judaism?
Yes.
And you're Jewish?
I am a benign. No.
Well, I'm from South Florida. I only ask because, I think it is a gorgeous religion. And I used to go to a lot of bar and bat mitzvahs when I was a middle school teacher down in South Florida. Yes. It is beautiful. So I have seen many of Torahs, and I know you can't touch them. So you take your Bible or whatever you're holding on to. Yes, there you go. And you touch it with that. Well, you kiss it and then, I don't know. Anyway, so I know a little bit about it. I know Baruch atah Adonai Shalom Aleichem. That's the only Hebrew I can remember. And L'chaim.
So in the morning, the first thing that I do is my gratefulness to the above. And I always read something from either the Torah or another pamphlet that I might be studying. And then I go into business books or financial books and things like that.
Interesting. And I used to live near a Buddhist temple. So I got a lot of like their stuff. And I'm like, ooh, anyway, it's just very interesting to learn about world religions and everything. So I didn't think I could like you anymore. Oh my gosh. Can you, again, vision us hanging out a lot more often? All right. The first A in badass is advice. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Best piece of advice that I have ever received. I say it has to be from my mom, and that is to, my mom's one of the most, I guess, pom-pom cheerleader, right? From her is why I dream big. From her is why, and obviously from above, just all the blessings that I've had in my life. Just to go for your dream. My mom always said, hey, go do it. You can do it. Reach for the stars. Mom has always been that little ingredient, that seed to feed me that. So
I love it. I love it. All right. The D in badass is drive. What drives you to be successful?
I want to leave this world better for the generations after us. I want to somehow leave some type of something out there that people 60, 70, 100 years from now, 200 years from now can say, oh my gosh, like YESpreneur, like they're changing my life as well. And or they're living life through those lens as well. So making this world a better place rather than all the static noise we hear out there, right?
Well, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it one bit, because from the few times that you and I have hung out, I know you make such a difference, and you are so great to speak with. And I know you are going to be or have been amazing at this. So I got to check. I need to send Vance your direction. Get on that mindset for him. All right. The second A in badass is aspiration. And I'm a big goal setter. So what's a goal you're currently working on? I already told you mine is getting 101 doors by the end of the year.
Well, that's awesome, because I'm on the path right now to getting my first 100 YESpreneur clients. My first 100. Yeah.
Very nice. All right. Well, let me know how I can help. I don't mind sending. I don't mind
one-on-one, and I got one. So
I don't mind sending Vance over to Chattanooga. So perfect. All right. The first S in badass is for systems. What systems do you have in place to help you achieve success?
Oh my gosh. For the business or
for anything?
For me. Okay. So for me, I have very specific, like first 2 hours, very, very specific. I wake up, I give thanks. I have my at least 30 minutes with my creator. Nothing comes between that.
Okay.
I meditate. I read. And then after that is like, health stuff, like how am I eating? Am I eating good? What am I going to eat today for breakfast? That energy. And then after that is when I get into the actual day for the businesses, right? As far as systems and technology, goodness, I use so many of them. I don't know if anyone out there listening, but CRMs, everybody talks about CRM, things like that. I actually love Active Campaign. I don't know if you use it, but when you are able to, whether it's you or someone on your team that knows how to use it, that sucker is powerful. I love it.
For generating leads?
Yeah.
Yes.
For not just generating, but just
organizing them.
Organization, right? And sending out beautiful emails, I like it.
The automation, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Those are some good systems. And I feel like every successful person that I speak with has that morning routine, because that's how you are starting your day for the rest of the day. And that's like one thing with Vance where I'm like, just wake up a little earlier and do this instead. Or even if you just read 10 pages or something, but he starts and he rolls out of bed and starts his day. So anyway, sorry, Vance, if you ever listen to this, I'm not trying to throw you under the bus, but you're just my example for today. So, all right, to wrap this up, the final S in badass is success. what does success mean to Yesenia?
Living, like being in love with life. To me, that's right. And that's why I'm devoted and committed to do what I do, because that's what people want. They want to be in love with life and be fulfilled and happy. And to me, that's success.
Well, I love having you in my life, and thank you very much for being on the show today. This was fun. I was like, hey, did you get my questionnaire beforehand? Did you like, so I was like, listen, I know you, we can get through this. And I mean, you helped me get my clarity on what I really truly want, which is that financial freedom. Do I want to make this amount and do I want to feel comfortable? Yes, but my true clarity is that I just want that financial freedom to not have to worry. So I appreciate you doing that for me. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me. I love you.
I love you more. It's, again, visualize us hanging out more. So thank you. And that is all. Thank you for listening, and we will catch you on the next episode. Now go out there and share your badassery. And don't forget, make it a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. Whoop, whoop.
Thank you for listening to RAIN, the Real Estate Investor Growth Network. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform so you never miss an episode. If you need more badassery, you can follow Jen Josie by visiting therealjenjosie.com or become a member of RAIN by registering on rainmastermind.com.